I have been obsessed with sketchbook tours online and watching like everybody do their sketchbook tours, and so I think it inspired me to do my own. Like I think I recently started doing or like keeping a sketchbook. I wasn't really doing that before. I think I've always had a sketchbook, but I've never, I guess, like consistently worked in one and like I guess almost finished them. To be honest, like these are not like finished. So like this is like this much of the way through, but I am kind of getting like sick of them and I don't know if I'll finish it. So I think it's okay though, right? To not finish them if you're like this much of the way through. I think it's just, yeah, like I think there's like some sort of, what is it, like sketchbook spiritual energy that just kind of once you've done enough in it, you feel like you don't really want to finish them. And yeah, I used to think that I had to finish them, but now I'm kind of, yeah, like I think the energy's just gone and I'm gonna move on to like a different sketchbook. So yeah, these are kind of the first sketchbooks as well that I sort of carried outside and was sketching things outside. Actually, only this one, this small one is the one I kind of carried outside and was sketching at like art museums and just general like other museums with sort of like artifacts and things like that. And then this one was one that I think I just sketched with at home. I think it's too big to like carry out. They're both from Talons, like the Talons art creation ones. And yeah, like I guess what's good about them is that they're so affordable. Like you can kind of really just sort of muck around with them, and I think it's very popular. Like it was just, yeah, all over YouTube, and I think it kind of influenced me as well to get them, to try them out. But if I'm being honest, I don't think it's my favorite. Like I don't think I like the paper that much. I think the paper's too smooth, and it just kind of means that, yeah, like I use a lot of colored pencil and I feel like I kind of have to maybe like press a bit harder. So yeah, I'm just gonna start with the first one, which is the one that I carried around. And yeah, I'll just move that there. And yeah, so I have like this Chicken Katsu Sando sticker on it. I don't know, it's fun. I think it's cute. And I started it on the 7th of September 2024. And yeah, like this is from the first exhibition that I went to at the gallery. It's the Grimaldi Gallery in Berlin. So I think I'm really lucky in that I live really close to a bunch of different museums. And like they're just really accessible and you can just go to them, and I buy like a yearly admission ticket, and so you can just go to any of them for free. Or you like pay the price and then you can just go to them whenever you want. Yeah, and yeah, I think it ends up being really, really cost effective. So yeah, these were just some like pictures that I got from the actual, I guess, what's it called? The brochure stand. And they just had a whole bunch of different ones, and then you can just, yeah, grab what you like, and then I cut them out and I stuck them here. Yeah, so the first exhibition I went to with this sketchbook was the Franz Hall exhibition. Yeah, I don't know, I find drawing like outside like so like nerve-wracking and a little bit embarrassing, but I wanted to do it anyways because it seems like it's a cool way to sort of get away from the screen, get away from your phone, and yeah, just really focus on the drawing and just focus generally on being sort of, yeah, like outside. And I think I found these drawings, I found these, I guess the paintings that I was looking at, they were very interesting and very amusing. I think amusing would be the word. Like I think this guy wearing this collar, like they used to dress like this back then. I think that's like so amusing. Yeah, so Franz Hall was a Dutch Golden Age painter, and yeah, from the 17th century. And yeah, like this was a guy and he was holding fish. And I think, yeah, they wrote in the description, I guess, like, yeah, guy holding fish. And I think, like, the thoughts were like, yeah, who wants some? So I don't know. I thought that was, like, kind of funny. Like a very, yeah, sort of funny, like, thing. So, yeah, so I did that drawing. And at this time, I just took one pencil with me and I just used the same pencil. Just did a bunch of, like, shading. This is another one from that same exhibition. Yeah, like it's a bunch of, it says here, Die Regenten des Alter Männer. It's from 1660. And these are like noblemen, I believe. And I also just drew the cake that I had at the cafe as well. And then this is Mala Baba. This was like a mad woman. So the thing that was cool about this exhibition, I think before this exhibition, I'd never really been into this kind of realism painting before. I always thought it was really boring. Like I was just like, this stuff is so boring. But then, I don't know, when you actually try to draw it and you actually try to capture the forms and things like that, it actually becomes much more interesting and much more fun. And you realize as well that, yeah, like it's not easy. And yeah, like I think, because realism was like a new movement where they were trying to capture just average, normal people. And yeah, you're kind of like, oh, it's kind of just, I guess it's our equivalent of taking a photo and like posting on Instagram, right? But they didn't have that, so they had to like make paintings, and yeah, it's like quite interesting. Another interesting thing that was there as well was like, this is the original by Franz Hall, who was like a famous painter, and they also showed forgeries of it. So the forgeries were also, yeah, that becomes part of the exhibition as well, like, you know, that people were trying to copy this type of work or this painting. But yeah. And then I moved on to like the permanent exhibition, and this is just, yeah, like a Bildnis eines jungen Mannes, and it's the painting of a young man, and I drew that as well. And then I went next door, or like across the road, and I think there was like there's like a church, and they kind of had a bunch of, I think like an exhibition. It was just like a bunch of bottles and things like that, and so I drew that as well. Yeah. And then, yeah, that's it for that day. So on the 11th of September, I went to, I have a feeling like maybe it's like the James Simon Gallery or something like that. And I just drew a bunch of these Egyptian artifacts. Yeah. Also, yeah, like, it's not great, but I think it's just a fun thing to do, you know? So I'm not like taking it like so seriously here as well. And again, yeah, like I wasn't really into these kind of, these artifacts, this type of art, I guess, this type of art, this type of, like, yeah, these types of drawings. But I don't know, once you actually try to draw it, it's kind of fun, and yeah, like you have a whole new appreciation for what they were trying to do, and yeah, how skillful everyone was. I think that was it. And this, I think I just found this was like a pamphlet, and I just stuck it on because it was, I guess, autumn 2024. And I think I just did some doodles. And then this one is probably, I have a feeling like this one is from the Begrun Museum, like out west. And I don't know, I think these were just like, I think I was just kind of rushing through and just doing sort of, yeah, like whatever. So it's this one. Kind of interesting. They had a lot of Goya paintings, so that's like quite interesting. And yeah, like I noticed, I guess when you actually like look closely, like I noticed that so much of Goya's work is about foolishness. Yeah, so it was like ghostly foolishness, poor foolishness. And I don't know, I thought that was kind of an interesting, amusing, like word. Like I hadn't heard that word in a while. Yeah. They also had a bunch of really nice pencil drawings, and I tried to capture it, but obviously like this is not really what it looked like at all. So yeah, definitely worth checking out. Eventually I kind of got bored of this sketchbook, so I only did like a few pages and I got kind of bored, and I was like, yeah, you know, I'm just going to use it as a journal. And I went to a cafe, and then I was just writing about the pastry that I ate and the poodle that I saw that came into the shop. And then I did go back to the museum on the 29th of September, and yeah, like I did this Wilhelm Trübner painting. And I don't know, Wilhelm Trübner had a whole bunch of really interesting dog paintings. I think they were paintings of his dog. And so I also was like, oh wow, that's really interesting and pretty cute that he was doing like all these like paintings of his dog. Like I think that's so cute. And I think a lot of people do that now, but I guess they just take photos of their dog, but you know, they didn't have cameras back then. And so they, yeah, like he just had to kind of paint his dog. Yeah. And then I went to another museum. I forget where this was, but a pretty cool museum as well. Like it just had a bunch of decorative art items. yeah, like cups and sculptures. And I only had with me like this Stabilo Chubby, I think it's called. I don't know, it's like just a big sort of crayon thing, and I just did that and just kind of drew in that as well. And pretty fun, but also like, I think just the medium made it hard to sort of capture everything, and I probably should have just used like a pencil. Probably should have just used the pencil, but you can kind of see here, and it's, I don't know, I guess it depends like how serious you want to take it. I wasn't really taking it that seriously, but yeah. So that's that. And then afterwards I went to a cafe and just got like a sandwich and just drew and wrote about that as well. Yeah, see, like I was doing like to-dos in here, so it kind of eventually became like a catch-all. It's another like cafe day. Oh yeah, this is me writing about a cafe that I went to that was kind of funny. They had all these cakes and none of them were like, I guess all the flavors were such interesting combos, you know, like they had like blueberry and popcorn. I was like, oh, that's such an interesting combo. But yeah, so that was kind of interesting, an interesting thought I wrote. I also wrote about a book that I read that I really liked called Elsewhere, like such a good book. Yeah. And then this is from January 2025. So you can see like, yeah, from October to January, like I didn't draw it all. I started drawing it in January. I just took this book with me kind of everywhere. And yeah, I was at the doctor's office for a skin cancer screening. And I stuck this here because, yeah, we're in January 2025 now. Again, I wrote a little bit about Elsewhere again. I think I must have still been reading the book. Yeah, I watched the movie Queer. I think the aesthetic of Queer was super nice, but I think, yeah, like the storyline was just really boring. And yeah, it's like a Luca Guadagnino movie, and he does a lot of these kind of, I don't know, what would you say, like younger man, older man, like tropes. And I think, yeah, I don't know, I'm not a fan of that, but yeah. Yeah, but the visuals were really great. Like, I don't know, he makes really beautiful films. Like, another one that he did was Bones and All, and I thought that was like a really beautiful film. Yeah, and I think everybody knows Call Me By Your Name. But again, this like older man, younger man sort of trope. Is it a trope or is it like a story? I think it's pretty, yeah, like it's a well-worn story. And so then I think these are just some doodles, probably maybe from the art, no, from the doctor's appointment, waiting for the doctor's appointment maybe. This is from work, and I don't know, maybe relatable. I was kind of bored, and I had a call at 1:30, but I'd finished lunch at 1, and so I couldn't really get back into anything, and so I just kind of, yeah, like did a bunch of doodles. Maybe that's relatable, that you can't get into work if there's only like a half-hour gap. Like I can't really get into the zone. So I just did that. I think some more sketching. Now I started like really collaging very hard because it's April and I really want to finish this sketchbook, or at least stick some things in it and just kind of get the momentum going again. Yeah, just kind of what I'm doing now. Like I also started doing this thing where I was printing off little photos. Yeah, I was like getting images from the internet and just making photos, and also downloading images from the art gallery or the art museum as well, and just printing them off. So that's like something you can do as well. There's like a lot of these images are like available for use and like copyright free, so you just print them off and like do like things you want with them. This was actually from Instagram, so I don't know if I can actually print that off. But yeah, and this, like I started practicing hands. I wanted to practice hands, like cartoon hands, and just like cartoon faces and things like that. But obviously it's like such a short-lived practice. I think I did it for like, yeah, like a couple minutes. Then yeah, just some more doodles and trying to collage. Again, this is like just, yeah, collaging some nice pictures that I have. I think I always collect things and I'd never really know what to do with them. So I was like, I'm just gonna stick them in the sketchbook. Yeah, so that's that. Just trying to waste some pages. Then I started drawing again. So kind of, yeah, like I guess if you push through it, like you get a second wind and then you start drawing again. Just a bunch of things. I think this was actually like a design from a washi tape that I had. This is the breakfast. We're just practicing some plant drawings. Oh, I also, in this, by now, like this is May, I was really into like pastels. So I kind of was getting pastels and doing that. I don't like it on this paper. Like that would be one of the things. I don't think this paper is toothy enough. But I don't know, like I am like, yeah, my opinion about this paper changes sort of every time I use it. I'm like, sometimes I really like it and then sometimes I don't like it at all. So the pastels that I had, I don't really like this. This, yeah, I don't know. I think it's like, it's pretty, like, I think it looks good on camera, but I think in real life, I don't know. I feel like it looks good on camera. I'm not sure. Yeah, so then this was, I guess, 9th of May. So like really recently, I went to some art galleries, the Neue National Gallery, and they have this, this sculpture garden, and they were having a fog exhibit actually. Yeah, there was like a fog exhibit, and so what they would do is in the garden, they would turn on the fog, and yeah, like you couldn't see anything, and so that's like pretty cool. This is like a new way that I kind of started drawing that I wasn't doing before. I was just getting like a highlighter and doing the shape and then coloring in the contouring and the shadows and things like that. And I kind of really like it. Like I hadn't really done that before. So yeah. And then across the road there, I went to this other exhibition. The name of the exhibition is actually this. This is the name of the exhibition. So it's the Blauer Reiter, or Cosmos Blauer Reiter. So it's Kandinsky's group. I guess it's his crew. Kandinsky's friends, they got together and they were just doing things like drawings and like I guess smaller paintings, because he actually did a lot of, I guess, like oil on canvas kind of paintings, and they were like really big paintings, but these were like a bunch of his smaller works, and like I guess they're all part of the same crew. And they did a whole bunch of like, yeah, smaller paintings and lithographies and things like that. So this was one of the artists that was there, and his name's August Macker. And yeah, like, I don't know, it's like the work, like he was doing, it was in charcoal. And yeah, I never actually worked with charcoal, so I didn't have any charcoal with me, but I probably, yeah, like kind of made me want to do it, like get some charcoal. But I'm like also really concerned that I'm in this like art supply trap of, you know, thinking like, oh, if you buy this art supply, you can, like, the work will look like the work that you see and the work that you like. And I feel like, yeah, I don't know, I think you can just, I'd like to try to work with the art supplies that I have. So mainly, I guess, yeah, like the color pencils I have are like Faber-Castell Polychromos, like that's what I'm using. And yeah, it was in the Kupfer stitch cabinet, and I was just about to like start a drawing, and then like a whole bunch of like senior citizens walked in, and I kind of got cornered in like this small area, and they really wanted me to stay and draw, and I was so nervous. I was like sweating, like so funny. And then they were like, no, stay, you know? And then I started drawing, and yeah, like, I don't know, probably like the worst drawing of my life. And then eventually they left, and then I was able to kind of do something a little bit nicer, but still doesn't really capture like the spirit of like the actual work, but I think fun to do. Yeah. And then this was another one that I like really loved this actually. It was a lithography by Natalia Goncharova. Yeah, in 1911. So it's like pretty, I feel like it looked so modern, you know? Like I think that's also something that's so interesting about this work, or like when you go see artwork, when you actually go to the museum or the gallery, like the artwork looks really modern, and it's kind of interesting that, oh yeah, like everybody was kind of doing, yeah, like work that seemed quite modern but was done so long ago, and I find that like really interesting. Yeah, so that's that. Then I found a pamphlet of the place, and I just stuck that in as well. And then I also think I made a note of like some other like artists that I would like to look at. And I think that's actually what's really cool about going to the art gallery as well is, yeah, like you find out about artists that you wouldn't have heard of. Like there's just no way like I would know these artists if I didn't go to the gallery check them out. So yeah, unfortunately, like, I do think it's so much fun. Like, I didn't study art, so unfortunately, that's what I was gonna say. Unfortunately, I don't know like the names of artists. I don't know the names of movements, and so like the only way I can really figure it out, like apart from just kind of Googling randomly, is to actually go to the museum and check it out. So yeah, yeah, these are other just things I had. This was like a fortune I found about patience. Yeah. And then, yeah, on the 16th, so really recently, I went to this tapestry, exhibit, and it's just all these modern Egyptian tapestries, and obviously this is not what it looks like at all. But they were just huge, and this is like just a section of it, like one tiny section that I could actually like handle drawing, and they were just so like really like breathtaking and detailed and really amazing. So I would, if you're in the area at the James Simon Gallery, I would really recommend going and checking that out as well. And then I went into I think it's the Alta National Gallery, and I just did a bunch of drawings of these bronze sculptures. Pretty not great, I think. Not great. But I don't know. Like, yeah, they can't all be good. Oh yeah, this is from that tapestry exhibit as well. It's just like two men fighting on a horse. I think it's called Battle on Horseback. The artist's name is Karima Ali, actually, if you want to look it up. I'll link down the different art museums and galleries that I went to. But yeah, like I think that's definitely a thing that I've really been enjoying lately is going to the museum. And yeah, like just taking inspiration from the different exhibits. Yeah, I think that's it. I would say I wanted to give some thoughts on this notebook as well. Like I guess, yeah, if you're looking for a affordable, something you just want to try out and test, I would definitely try this. But for me, I don't think I would buy it again. Like I would like maybe my next one, I would probably move back into like a Leuchtturm. I used to sketch on a Leuchtturm, like in a Leuchtturm a lot, and I like really enjoyed that. Yeah, so that's my portable sketchbook. Yeah, I was also actually trying for the longest time to just draw in red. Like I wanted this to be my red sketchbook. But then, yeah, you just kind of lose momentum with that, and eventually I moved into, yeah, just using other colors. Yeah, but I don't know, pretty fun to do, and yeah, kind of the first time I've been like taking a sketchbook out to like an art museum. But yeah, I definitely recommend that. And I'm just gonna quickly go through my second one. Hopefully it's quick enough. I don't know if it's okay. Maybe it's okay. Maybe I'll make like a 40-minute video. I don't know. So this one is, yeah, Talon's Art Creation again. I actually got this one before the portable one, before the red one. And I bought it at TK Maxx, actually. So I went to watch a movie. Yeah, the movie was Dee Dee. This was the movie. And it was such a sweet movie. Like, since I wrote that in here. And I think I took the train and it took me to the wrong place. And I was outside of TK Maxx and I went in and I found this sketchbook. So I was like, okay, I'm going to buy that because it was pretty cheap. It was like $4.99. And yeah, like then again, I'd always been seeing them on YouTube, and I was just like, I'm going to try it out, you know, like why not? Why not? And so I was like sketching things. This is before I was sketching outside. I was just sketching like in my house. And yeah, I think this was more of something that I would use in my house. Like I wasn't really taking it outside. So these are just the things I was doing. This is old Tomoe river paper that I had from like an old Hobonichi, and I just took it out and I was like just sketching in it. I think this paper is nice. Like I think Tomoe river paper is really fun. Like it just feels really good to use. And I like how kind of, yeah, like I guess because it doesn't, how the ink kind of pools on it. Like I think that looks really cool. Yeah, so that's kind of what I was doing. I was also, yeah, experimenting a lot with pastels. Like, I think just some cheap pastels. I think they were like the Pentel ones. also was influenced because I saw like I think it was Pear Fleur. I think that's the name. Pear Fleur was using these cheap Pentel oil pastels. Yeah, but I don't know, like the stuff she was making was really nice. So I thought I would give it a try as well, and it's like affordable, so like why not? But it's just fun. It's so much fun, honestly. So much fun. And so these are some other ones that I did as well. I really like this. Just kind of doing like sort of gradient-y things, trying to like do mountain sort of things. And then this was using a Faber-Castell Polychromos. I really like this as well. I think this is nice. And then this one, this is actually using watercolor on this paper. And I think this paper does, I don't think it does anything for the watercolor. I'm also not great at using watercolors. But these are actually really expensive watercolors. They're like the Schminko watercolors. So yeah, I'll actually do a tour of my watercolor sketchbook as well. I'm honestly so bad at watercolors though, but I think like it's still a fun thing to do and I like have fun with it. So yeah, so this was those. This is like another one. This is like a Georgia O'Keeffe painting. Yeah, I think this was definitely in my research era. So I was like researching a lot of different artists that I really like and what they were doing. Yeah, this is just like a thing that I had and I just stuck it in here. This is another Georgia O'Keeffe. Oh yeah, so as I was saying, like I was doing research. I was going to the art gallery and this was actually at the art gallery. And I was painting, I was printing off like a bunch of different photos and using them to draw, to like use as a reference. But these were some like Milton Avery paintings, I guess, that I was copying as well. Oh, this is that, this is this, right? This is that. Yeah. This is just another Milton Avery landscape. Mantras. I was writing mantras in here. It's like, I love chilling, so that's one of my mantras. Oh yeah, this is that William Trubner, another one of his dog paintings that I was talking about. And so what I was actually doing was researching the artist, like the artist's life and things like that. So that was also really interesting, just like who they were and what their family was like. Yeah, so William Trubner really liked prosaic scenes with a somber realism, which is true. Like, I agree. I agree to that. I don't know, I love this dog painting, like, honestly. Like, just the fact that he's painting his dog, I think that's so cute. Like, yeah, he's just having a good time, you know? Yeah, he was part of a group of German realists. And I guess, what are they saying here? Beauty must lie in the painting itself, not in the subject. Alla prima, wet on wet. He went to the Kunstakademie in Munich. And I guess, yeah, I found out his, like, influences. He was born in Heidelberg, just things like that. I find that really interesting. I find that stuff really interesting. Yeah. This is another drawing that I did on the scrap piece of Tomoe River paper. Yeah, I really, went through a real, like, loving of Tomoe River paper. These are some other ones that I did as well. This one, Johanna Kampmann-Freund. She was the first woman to win an Austrian state prize. So, I don't know, kind of interesting. Yeah, I think that doing the research is like so interesting. And this is like another thing that I was doing. So I saw like a bunch of, I think it's called neoclassical paintings. And they're like so detailed. And this is just like one part of the painting that was, I think, someone's gown. And I felt like that's all I could really handle. And I just did the drawing of that. Yeah. So that's that. And that was on the 8th of September. This is just collaging. I was at work horsing around. So yeah, just doing horsing around. Not sure what's kind of going on here. This is when I started my phase of like making these little grids and then filling them in with like just little designs. And I think it's like quite Yeah, they also had this funny, like, little thing. Sorry, my camera cut out, but they also had this funny patch that they wore on their arm. I think it's, like, quite funny. Yeah, so I did a bunch of those, and I don't know, I don't use fixative or anything like that because I'm, like, not serious, and so I guess they just, like, all transferred all over each other, which I think I'm also okay with it as well. I kind of was doing research about him, and I guess I just wrote some funny things, like, he is a middle child. His dad worked in insurance. His mom was a school teacher. He did, because his work, he was really influenced by, like, Abu Don, you know, the birder. Is that, like, the right, I don't know if that's the right phase, because he was actually, yeah, like, really into bird watching. And so I guess it kind of makes sense, because his work's really colourful, and I think, like, a lot of birds are also colourful, so, yeah. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, so then these are just some more of those sort of gridded ones that I did as well. Gridded sort of, what is it, how would you say this? Filling in the grids. This is just some sketches that I did, a whole bunch of just kind of doodles and practicing and fun, I guess funny things on this Tomoe River paper. I don't know, for some reason, like, it was like from an old, so this was in 2024, but this was like Tomoe River paper that I've had from my Hobonichi from 2015. This is like 10-year-old paper. Yeah. These were like some of the photos that I printed off for like inspiration. I don't know, I did this, I don't really like it, so I'm just like gonna put that there. And then, yeah, this is the drawings that I did, like the copies, the dupes that I made. Yeah, I think it's cool, no? Like this one, like she's just sleeping. It's like taking a nap, you know? Like some things never change. Yeah, this one was Anne Valea Costa. She was best known for her still lifes, and Marie Antoinette was a fan, and she survived the French Revolution. She did portraits as well, but she was more known for her floral still lifes because I think the portrait was like the domain of like male artists. So like she never became famous because of this. And she got married when she was in like her late 30s, which I think is very interesting because I think back in the day, so when was this? Back in the day, it was like, I would say, I don't have a date on this, but yeah, whenever the French Revolution was, it was like a long time ago. I don't know, I don't have a date on that, but yeah, like she got married in her late 30s, so pretty cool girl. Yeah, oops. So yeah, this is a copy of this. I'll show you that. And then that as well. And yeah, like this was The Watzmann by Caspar David Friedrich, who actually did this as well. This is also like a Caspar David Friedrich work. This one is Wanderer Above the Sea Fog, 1818. Yeah, and so this one, yeah, he was known for his romantic landscapes. He was like really, I don't know, I think the history of like these artists is so interesting. For some reason, I think it's so interesting. He was like the 6th of 10 children. His dad was a candle maker and a soap maker. That's really interesting. And he just had so much tragedy in his life. Like I think 2 of his siblings died. And he also died in obscurity, so he like didn't even become famous. For some reason, I don't know, I find it so interesting. He was like an icon of the German Romantic movement. That's just a fact. That's just fun facts. Yeah. And then I think I kind of was maybe chilling out on my copying like famous artists phase. And I moved on to just kind of doing doodles and just, yeah, taking the pressure off and things like that. I actually found a book. It was like a cartoon, an illustrator cartoon book. And these were like some of the paintings that some of the drawings that they had in there. So it was a bunch of Yeah, from like 1885. Like this is sort of the cartoons that they were doing. I think that's also really funny because like these cartoons look really funny. I thought they were really funny. They look like that. Look at this dog. And then, oh yeah, then I got back into it. Like, this is the original, and then this is my version. And this was a painting, what is this? Giustiniani. Portrait of a young man. They don't, I think they attribute it to Giorgione, but they don't actually know who the real artist is. Yeah. They don't know who the real artist is, but I guess, yeah, like, Giustiniani was actually the name of the collector. So this is like the facts on that. And just, I guess I just wrote about who was the collector. Kind of, yeah, interesting. Oh, and here's like here's a drawing of Marge Simpson. And then I did like, you can see it here. And then I think I wrote about this episode. This episode was Home or Alone. Oh yeah, Marge suffers a nervous breakdown from the stress of household chores and her family's demands. So she vacations alone at a spa. Do you remember this episode? It's from 1992. Can you believe it? 1992. So yeah. And then I was researching some things, some like sculptures, and this was, yeah, that's like a copy of that. You can kind of see that's like a direct copy of that. And then this was also something that I saw on the website as well that I did. Oh, this is when I got in, I was really into snuff bottles. Like the Chinese snuff bottle from the 19th century. From the Qing dynasty. So this is because smoking tobacco was illegal during the Qing dynasty, but snuff was allowed. And it was considered a remedy for cold and headaches. And everybody was carrying snuff bottles around. Pretty interesting. You can do research on snuff bottles. They're so nice and there's so many different designs, like really, really beautiful. Oh yeah, this is from like a party at work. This is from a party at work. And I did this drawing. This is a drawing of Snoopy and Charlie Brown. Yeah, this I did this drawing because I just gotten the Caran d'Ache Neocolor 2. So I just wrote about that and how much I like it, and yeah, like that day of buying those and what happened on that day. So I guess it kind of, sometimes it becomes a journal. Johann Knapp. These are like fun, guys. This is fun. This is the original. This is the drawing that I did. And again, I just wrote about him. Austrian artist, you know. Yeah, really interesting. And then, yeah, where did we go? We just kind of, I went to Burgermeister and I got some paper. And then I just did some like drawings, again, the grids. And then I also stuck this down. I did it on the paper. I was really feeling creative that day. We were really in the mood. Yeah, more of this. I hope it's focused, honestly. Really, really hard for me to tell if it's focused. I think it's also hard to focus because it's kind of like pretty light colors. The pastels again. This is a squirrel. The Sword in the Stone. Charlie Brown. Ham Ahoy from The Simpsons. I'm just kind of putting this in between to like keep it protected. Yeah, these are drawings from The Simpsons. I don't know if you can tell which episode it's from. But this is the episode where Bart does ballet. This is the episode where Bart, it's called Bart on the Road. So he takes a trip on the road. And he also, this is the episode where Homer brings Lisa to work. And then they're getting candy out of the vending machine. All the candy comes out. So hopefully that's kind of clear what's going on there. Back to collaging. Wasting pages. I think it's okay. I think, yeah, you might want to do that as well. It's fun. Oh yeah, and this is from that book that I found again. So I found that book and yeah, they had all these like interesting like really interesting drawings that they did with the like all these, they just had all these different illustrators, and this was, they were doing. And I think this paper takes like mechanical pencil very well. Like I think it's like very smooth and it's very nice on this paper. So maybe that's like something, if you're interested, if that's something, a medium that you use, I think it's really good. Yeah, sometimes definitely my thoughts on this Talon's art creation book, it like changes like daily. Like every time I use it, sometimes I use it and I'm like, it's the best. And then sometimes, I'm not vibing it. Yeah, like this as well with the books, the head, these ones. I like this dog. I think this dog is cool. I think this thing with the heads is really funny. Yeah. And this is on transparent paper. Like sometimes it's just fun to change up the papers, you know? Like it's just fun to change up the papers. This is a drawing that I did from 2018. I was like decluttering a bunch of things and I just found it and I thought it was nice. So I just like cut it out and I chucked away the rest of the book because I think the rest of the book was just junk. This is from an old calendar that I had. I think it's nice. I just feel like, I couldn't like throw it away. So I just stuck it in here. Oh yeah. This is again more of that sort of gridded stuff that I was doing where I just drew a bunch of grids and then like colored them in a funny way. This is with the Neocolor 2s. That's like, I don't know. I like it. Or I find it very therapeutic. If you can, I find it so therapeutic and fun. I think 555. Oh, like, this is a good, I like this color combo. But 555 in Thai, like 5, the word 5 is ha. So when like you're doing like a laughing sort of text message, you write like 555, like ha ha ha. So I don't know, I thought that was like amusing. So I like stuck that in there. This is another one of those grid things. I might like, I don't know what I'm like I don't know how much more of this book there is, but like this is another one of those grid things that I was like doing. I think I probably, like this is from this, I did these all in the same day. I think I was just probably like very bored, but also very uninspired, you know, like pretty uninspired, like don't know what to draw, you know? So I kind of just was like, oh, let's just make a bunch of different color combos and like essentially just kind of, some sort of adult coloring book vibe I was going for. Again, these are also color combos that I really like. Oh, it's nice. I like it. I'm a fan. This was from a Lap Coffee, a bag I got. So now it's a junk journal. Like, it's another one of those gridded things on the Tomo E River paper that I had. Junk journal. Just from I think a pamphlet that I got as well. Hand practice. Really want to practice hands. 2025. So we must be in 2025 now. And like that's it. I found this sheet paper. I didn't do this. This is also from a pamphlet that I found. And I just stuck it in because I thought it looked cool. And that's it. And I don't know if I'm going to finish it. I might finish it. But I don't know. And I don't think, I don't want to put too much pressure on myself to finish it though. But I just definitely want to make a sketchbook tour. So I think that's it for those two. Definitely like try them out if you want like a sort of affordable start, like if you just want to get started on it. I have a bunch of other sketchbooks as well that I used and I don't know. I think it's so much fun, honestly. Like I would definitely try it if that's something that you've been wanting to do. Like, buy something cheap, use the paper, go to an art gallery, go to an art museum. If you can't go to an art museum, there are also like lots of resources that are available as well online. I'll link those below. So in case you just want to like look things up, you can. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.